Election night started out great for 6th District Democratic Congressional candidate Jennifer Lewis.
Thank you, everybody!
More than 100 supporters packed into Seven Arrows Brewery in Waynesboro. A.J. Young Jr. was one of the many Lewis's supporters at the watch party. Young says he took pride in voting for Lewis.
I felt extremely empowered today to be able to cast my vote for somebody that I thought was a very valid candidate for the things that I stand for. I think that Jennifer definitely speaks to the need of the common person, and I was excited to be able to have somebody that would represent me.
The large crowd celebrated Waynesboro hometown girl Jennifer Lewis's race for the U.S. congressional seat. Sergeant Brian Edwards of the Waynesboro Police Department explained why he voted for Lewis.
I voted for Jennifer.
Why did you vote for Jennifer?
Well, I know Jennifer, and I have met Delegate Klein. For me, I felt I wanted a person who is more of a representative than a politician or a congressman. Jennifer, and I've worked with Jennifer for years on local commissions and boards. I knew that she would be a representative for the citizens of the 6th District. And as a police officer and a community activist and a father of 3 children in the area, we need someone who's going to take care of our needs.
Adrienne Hamlin describes herself as a political activist. She says too many people take voting for granted.
It felt wonderful to vote today. So many people throughout the history in this country have suffered and died so that I get the opportunity to come out to vote. So not only did I make sure I voted, but I made sure all of my children voted too. I also made sure that other people in my circle came out to vote. Because if you're a female, if you are a person of color, everybody should be exercising their right to vote, especially those that had been disenfranchised in the past.
Lewis faced Republican Delegate Ben Klein. The chairman of the Democratic Committee of Waynesboro, Sandra Hall, says she is hopeful more young people will get involved in politics.
I went to the polling place and there were just tons of people, but most especially there were lots of young people coming in and out. And every poll was reporting that to me, that the young people were really coming in and voting. We registered a lot of them, but we didn't know if they would really show up because they historically don't. But something is at work here in Waynesboro, and I think it's Jennifer Lewis's night to shine. I'm so excited.
Early on during election night, Lewis was ahead at 55%. Her mom, Susan, and her sisters Cindy, Christina, and Mary were among the crowd of supporters.
Plain and simple, she's passionate and cares for people.
But as the night progressed, and with more precincts reporting, Lewis' lead over Klein soon flipped. Lewis stepped up, some say like a champion.
So our results did not turn out the way we wanted to, unfortunately. But I want to stand up here and say thank you so much to each and every one of you. My staff, who are amazing, all of my volunteers who are amazing. We wouldn't have gotten this far without each and every one of you doing everything you could to make this happen. Although we didn't get the results we wanted, we still did really well, and I'm so And probably like many of you, you're wondering, how do people vote against themselves? How do they vote against health care for everybody? Fully funding public education, stopping these pipelines, and stopping the influence of money in politics. But here we are. This fight is not over.
That's right.
And I'm standing here today, and I will be leading the charge to hold our new congressman accountable for the next 2 years. We will be holding him accountable for every vote he takes, for every time he tries to take away that is what he's campaigning on. He's going to repeal the Affordable Care Act, which so many people rely on. We are going to be fighting every time he votes against public education. We are going to be fighting every time he votes to give away private property rights for a for-profit corporation to come in and take your land. That's right. And many of you know how horrible he is on women's rights and women reproductive rights. And you know I will be there every time he votes. About this campaign, so many things that I've loved about this campaign, but up and down this district we have built an army, and that army didn't get us over the finish line this time, but it will the next time, because we have put the work in. We have reached so many people. We have signs in places that either had a Trump sign 2 years ago, have never had a sign in their yard before. And so that is what we're going to keep building on for these next 2 years, and it will do this all again. So again, I just want to thank my staff who are here. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you for all the volunteers out there today. And the last thing I'm going to say is, save those yard signs. We didn't put a year on them for a reason.
Clearly, this is not the end of Jennifer Lewis's political career.
Yeah, we're going to continue to just reach not only young voters, but those voters who don't show up to vote. We know that voter turnout is a huge issue, not only in the 6th District, but across this country. So these next 2 years, we're just going to keep pushing and plugging along, getting as many people registered to vote, and not only registered to vote, but educated on the issues. So many people just blindly vote for a party, whether it's Republican or Democrat. And my passion is to really make sure that people understand the issues that the candidates stand for, and then they can figure out who they want to vote for.
Lewis says she will stick to the same platform she's used in the 2018 congressional race.
The same thing I've been running on and been passionate about and working on for the last 11 years. It's health care for everybody, fully funding public education, protecting our environment, and getting money out of politics. Those are going to continue to be my core values, because those have been my core values my entire life.
I question her. Is there anything she would have done differently?
I don't think so. You know, I often joke that I wish we had another month to do this, because it's just, the district is so big and so diverse that to try to hit everybody is almost impossible. So we're just going to keep hitting the ground running and make sure that we reach as many people as possible, register them to vote, educate them on the importance of being involved in politics, and making sure that people show up and vote.
She explained being greeted by the massive crowd reminded her of why she ran for Congress.
That's why I'm so inspired to run again, is because we've built this army of supporters that seeing all these people here is just a testament to how many people really want to see change. And although we weren't able to do it this year, I really believe that we'll do it next year with the House of Delegate races, and then in 2020 with congressional races and the presidential election.
In Waynesboro, Elaine Rackley for Breaking Through News.